Ever wondered how LGBTQ plus friendly Arkansas is compared to other states in the U.S.? Welcome to our deep dive into the natural state Arkansas through a rainbow lens. Today, we're peeling back the layers, exploring the rights, protections, and community support for our queer friends who might be considering this state as their new home. We'll highlight the best cities to consider, compare legal rights and protections, and provide insights into community support structures and social acceptance levels. So buckle up and stay tuned to find out more about Arkansas's LGBTQ plus climate. Arkansas, nestled in the heart of the Bible Belt, has a mixed reputation when it comes to LGBTQ plus rights. On one hand, it's a state where the fight for equality has seen some uphill battles. There have been instances of controversial legislation that have sparked heated debates about the rights and protections of LGBTQ plus individuals. This has created a climate where it's not uncommon for the queer community to feel like they're in a constant tug of war for acceptance. On the flip side, it's important to acknowledge the progress that's been made. Despite the challenges, the LGBTQ plus community in Arkansas has shown resilience and determination. They have been able to secure some essential rights, although there's always room for more progress. There are organizations within the state that tirelessly advocate for LGBTQ plus rights, offering resources and support to those who need it. They work to ensure that everyone within the rainbow community has a voice, and that this voice is heard. Arkansas also has cities like Little Rock, Fayetteville, and the aptly named Eureka Springs, often dubbed as the gayest small town in America. These cities have shown a remarkable level of acceptance and inclusivity, highlighting that there are indeed places within Arkansas where the LGBTQ plus community can feel welcomed and at home. In the grand scheme of things, the journey for LGBTQ plus rights in Arkansas is still ongoing. It's a complex landscape with its fair share of peaks and valleys. But it's important to remember that change is a process, one that often takes time and perseverance. While Arkansas may not be the most progressive state, there are pockets where the LGBTQ plus community thrives and feels at home. When compared to other states, where does Arkansas stand on LGBTQ plus rights and protections? Now that's a question worth pondering. If we take a look at California or New York, for instance, they've had a bit of a head start when it comes to progressive LGBTQ plus policies. These states have enacted comprehensive laws to protect queer individuals from discrimination in housing, employment, and public accommodations. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Arkansas, nestled comfortably in the Bible Belt, is a bit of a mixed bag. It's true that some areas, like Little Rock and Fayetteville, are considered gay-friendly and progressive. But on the broader scale, the state struggles with LGBTQ plus rights and protections. It doesn't yet have statewide protections against discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity. However, it's important to remember that Arkansas isn't alone in this. There are several other states that share similar challenges when it comes to LGBTQ plus rights. It's a nationwide issue, and it's not confined to any one region or political leaning. As you can see, Arkansas has some work to do, but it's not the only state facing these challenges. So, how does Arkansas compare to the federal standard for LGBTQ plus rights and protections? Let's dive into that. On a federal level, we've seen significant strides towards equality, with laws in place to prevent discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. These laws extend to areas like employment, housing, and education. Now let's look at Arkansas. The state does not have comprehensive civil rights protections for LGBTQ plus individuals, meaning that the federal protections are the main safeguard. However, enforcement of these federal laws can be inconsistent depending largely on the interpretation of local authorities. Further, Arkansas has recently passed laws that limit certain rights for transgender individuals, creating a stark contrast with federal anti-discrimination laws. This discrepancy between state and federal laws can create a confusing and often challenging environment for members of the LGBTQ plus community. In essence, while the federal standard aims to provide comprehensive protections, the reality in Arkansas can be quite different. It's clear that federal standards and Arkansas's laws do not always align, leading to a challenging landscape for the LGBTQ plus community. With all these factors in mind, what's the final verdict on LGBTQ plus rights and protections in Arkansas? Well, it's a mixed bag. Arkansas, while not leading the charge in terms of LGBTQ plus rights, does offer some pockets of progressiveness and tolerance. Cities like Little Rock, Fayetteville, and the charming Eureka Springs, known as the gayest small town in America, are welcoming and inclusive. Compared to other states, Arkansas's legal protections for LGBTQ plus individuals can be challenging. However, the state does not lack in community support structures and resources. It offers affordable healthcare options and inclusive educational institutions. The state's rich culture, history, and natural beauty add to its appeal, providing a unique backdrop for the queer experience. When stacked up against the federal standard, Arkansas might seem a bit behind. But it's important to remember that change often comes from the ground up, and the resilience of the LGBTQ+ community in Arkansas is a testament to this. While there are certainly challenges, Arkansas's LGBTQ+ community is resilient and continues to push for change, making the natural state a place worth considering for those who value community strength and are ready to join the fight for equality.